a very important question: how to build your personal brand. अपना personal brand कैसे बनाया जाए? Let me put on a question. ये personal branding चाहिए ही क्यों? Why do we need this personal brand? Guys, I'm pretty sure you already know this answer. Personal brand is required for raising our value. Yes, if we are not getting promotion in companies, if we are not getting that value in our relationship, if we are not getting that respect in our colleague team, then one thing you are lacking, my dear friend, that is your personal brand. Now, what is this personal brand? Why do we need this? How we can develop our personal brand? What are the mistakes that many people do in personal branding? We are going to discuss everything in this session. But there is a rule before we begin a session. First, rule number one is just think this is a one-to-one conversation between you and me. Because when you think of this session, the time you're investing right now in watching this video is going to maximize the result of it. Rule number two, I'll be having, as this is the interactive sessions, there will be some questions you need to answer. So better you get a notebook and pen. If you have not got it yet, pause this video right now, go run and get it. Because here are some questions I'll be asking and you need to write down the answers. Yep. So with these two things, let us begin and understand how can I build my personal branding. So before I begin and discuss anything with you all, here is one question to you. And the question is, in your notebook, write down 3 simple words that describes you. I repeat, write down 3 simple words that describes you. Maybe you are honest, maybe disciplined, maybe well-behaved, maybe mannerful, maybe loyal, anything you have. Write down 3 words, 3 simple words that describes you. Write down that. And do not take a lot of time thinking. Whatever comes instantaneously in your mind, write down that. I hope you are done by this time. So now, if I just go to any person who is related to you, maybe he has done a business with you, maybe he is in relationship with you, maybe he is from your family, the one who is with you. If I just go and ask that person, tell me 3 things or 3 words that describes you. Now, if how much do you think your 3 words about you would match with the 3 words given by that person about you? Yeah, is it making sense to everyone? The 3 words which you wrote about yourself and the 3 words that the person gave about you, if it doesn't match, and if there is a gap between those two, then there is a problem. And the problem is there is a gap between how you look at yourself and how the person perceive you. Let me give you an example on this. Maybe there is a word you have written, loyal, right? A loyal is a word that describes you. And if I go to the other person and asks him, hey, which word does describe this person, or that is you, and he says loyal, and if this matches, then good. Then this is what is called as the way you want to perceive yourself, the person is also perceiving the same thing. But this is not matching, then this is something bothering now. Now, here is the thing. How can you, or what you can do so that the way you want to perceive things to the other person, he perceives about you the same way. And that is done by a process which is called as congruency process. This is called as congruency process. I would want you to repeat once. What is that? Congruency process. Again, once again, congruency process. Now, what is this congruency process? The process in which the things that describes you or the things which you want the other person to perceive about you, you have to repeat this again and again and again and again and again. Yeah. And as I gave you the example of being loyal, just imagine about one of your friend who wants to make person perceive that he is very loyal, he is very dedicated, and every time he comes 10 minutes late or 15 minutes late or 20 minutes late to the meeting. Now, when he repeatedly he is getting late, what perception would you have for him in your mind? If the person is not at all punctual at his work, he is not giving commitment on the time given, how can he be committed with the project I am going to work with him? See? So this is creating a gap. So whatever you do it congruently and the way you want to make the other person perceive that. Yeah. So write down this golden statement. How you do anything is how you do everything. Yeah. I repeat once again. How you do anything is how you do everything. And if the other person doesn't know about you, make him know. Repeatedly, consistently keep on doing things, whatever you think is right to go for your personal branding. Keep on doing it again and again and again. And you'll see you are creating a brand. Now see, I have a personal brand of integrity. When I just get down to people and speak for them with them, I don't want a barrier to be there, which is called as a dais or a podium. I don't want that. I just want to go in with the audience, speak to them, and be with them. So when it was in two directions, all shattered, so my communication with them would not have been that effective. You must have seen so many people, they stand in the podium and they confine themselves in a box and they start speaking there. And they start this way, hey, hello. And then after some time, they'll bend themselves and they'll keep their hand like this. And after some time, they'll become like this. So what is this making sense? When we want to be with the audience, we want to perceive who we are with the audience, then it's better we should get into the audience and speak. This is how you stand different from all those people who are not like you. Making sense, everybody? Now, if I talk about my journey, before 10 years, the things I was doing, it has changed. Yes. So here is one statement which you need to note it down. You are not what you do. In fact, turn it this way. Repeat with me. I am not what I do. Once again, I am not what I do. I am not what I do. Now, whatever you did past couple of years, are the things same way you are doing today? And answer is no. So just imagine things you did past way, right? You sold, suppose you were into business and you did this, you went for selling, you went for marketing, you went such things, you gifted somebody, anything you did. What you did was getting evolved over a period of time. But what stayed back is your character, is your reputation with the person. So, in this, what I want to say is everything may change. Everything may change the way you did, your actions, but what is not going to change is you, my dear friend, you are not going to change. So, here is one mantra which one need to understand and keep it absolutely deep into the heart. And that is people don't buy your services. People don't buy your products. People buy you. And what are you made up of? You are made up of your values. People buy your values. Whenever I went to my mentees, I never taught them personal branding. I just told them to carry your values because the values are the one which is going to make you, shape you, and create your branding. Is it making sense to everyone? You are not what you sell, what you do. You are who you are with your values. Now, when you go for your personal branding, what will happen? Some people will not like you. Some people will, start hating you. Some people may stand against you, but that's completely fine. You are who you are, and you need to stand for your core values. Now, what will happen is first, they will not know you. They don't know you. Secondly, once they get to know about you, they will start laughing at you. Whatever things you'll do, they'll laugh at you. Then the third stage, they will get down, they'll criticize you. Anything you do, they'll criticize you. And then you win. They become your loyal fans. Yeah. So, how do you create a personal brand is by consistently doing, carrying out your values again and again and again and again till you make the other person your loyal fan. Now, tell me this big question, or through this question, ask yourself, have an introspection. What is stopping you today to have your personal branding? What are the elements that is stopping you to create your own personal brand? Now, think about this. Now, I went to a lot of my mentees and asked them in their initial phase of their life, hey, what is stopping you, man, to get your personal brand? And they told me, Amit, it's my shyness. Amit, I'm introvert. I just don't believe myself. I'm not that consistent. I have a fear of judgment. I have lot of self doubts. I fear of I fear change. And all these things are somewhere responsible for a person not creating their personal brand. So, right today, remove all this. Listen to your mentor, what he says, remove all this and go and create your brand. Your personal brand is one which is going to make your product getting sold because people don't buy anything else but you. So create your personal brand. In order to create a personal brand, first a question comes why? It's because you want everything in your life the way you want. That's why you need to have a personal brand. Secondly, how do you create a personal brand? You create a personal brand by consistently carrying out your values. Whatever you think, who you are, keep very consistent or take consistent actions on it till other people perceive the same thing that you want them to perceive about you. And the third, do not have any limiting belief stopping you for making your personal brand. And this is how you create a personal brand.